عرفنا إن الهابيتاتس ديت عبارة عن environments. وسألت can the camel live in the sea?
No.
No. طيب can the bear live in the desert?
No.
No. So every living organism has its own way to protect itself. So it can survive in its environment. في environment اللي هو عايش فيها بس. ما يقدرش يعيش في أي environment تاني. طيب وقلنا إن أنا وفيروزة دلوقتي في الأركتيك region. Why the polar bear can stand as an ice while us don't, while us can't. وعرفنا إن البولار bear has thick fur so it can survive in its place. طيب طالما هو can survive in its place so it can adapt with low temperature. طيب وبعد كده رجعنا كده وقلنا بقى يا ترى يعني ايه كلمة adaptation دي. وعرفنا مثلا ان لما حاجة مثلا when something we are doing isn't working we often do something different. So this means that we change our behavior to fit with the new circumstances. Okay. طيب لو أنا سألت وقلت إن كلمة change ديت means adapt. طيب for example وسألنا المرة اللي فاتت وقلنا if you have ever moved from one home to another so you have to adapt to a new school, new neighborhood and location. Okay, what about if you happened to move from another country يعني for example إحنا في Egypt ورحنا USA. You have to adapt to a new language and culture. So, what is adaptation? It is a characteristic of living organisms that allows them to change and helps them to survive and reproduce in the ecosystem. وعرفنا إن كلمة characteristic الكلمة اللون ديت means something special about. Like someone is tall, someone has brown eyes, green eyes, and so on. وعرفنا إن adaptation ده it's very special for living organisms. That means that only living organisms can adapt. وعرفنا إن كلمة reproduce means give babies. طيب عايزين بقى نعرف البولار بير habitats. احنا قلنا ان هو بيعيش في الاركتيك region و it has thick white fur. طب why thick fur? To keep it warm. طب why white fur? To help it to hide in snow to catch its prey. طيب اوكي طيب وبعد كده أخدنا starred eggman lizard. وعرفنا إن الستارد أجمع lizard ديت lives in the desert so it can adapt in high temperature. طيب how it can adapt to high temperature by looking for shaded area. وعرفنا إن shaded area where there is no sunlight. وبعد كده سألنا can you leave alone stand on ice for about 5 minutes. وأنا قلت إيه؟ No, I can't. But can the penguin open eyes for a long period of time? Yes. اشمعنى بقى؟ اشمعنى احنا ما نقدرش بس البنجوينز يقدروا. Penguins احنا قلنا lives in Antarctica. That is one of the most coldest places in the earth. هي تعتبر أكثر الأماكن الموجودة on Earth ever. طيب So how can they adapt in their environment? وعرفنا إن penguins has isolated layer of thick feathers. Isolated layer دي عبارة عن layer كده prevent cold to pass to the penguin of thick feathers and fat which keep it warm. طيب طالما احنا if we look to the penguins fit كده هنلاحظ إن no feathers there is no fat. طيب how the penguin can walk on ice breakfast or how can it stand in the ice through the day. عرفنا إن ال blood moves in blood vessels. Let's see the video again يا فيروز. تاني نشوف الفيديو كده بيتكلم عن إيه.
Okay. Teacher, I can't hear. Teacher, I can't hear it.
You can't hear يا فيروز.
No, I can't hear anything.
There is a problem.
I think you forgot to share.
طيب تعالي نجرب تاني.
Okay. برضو مش سامعة حاجة. أنا مش سامعة حاجة يا ميس.
مش سامعة برضه يا فيروز.
طب جربي يا ميس تعملي الشير ساوند.
عملت والله شير ساوند. ثانية واحدة كده.
Why don't penguins' feet freeze?
Okay.
Because they wear anti-freezing socks.
Nah. Penguins live in very cold climates and walk on ice. Hence, penguins have developed certain adaptations to avoid losing body heat and to protect their feet from freezing. One of the adaptations includes a mechanism called counter-current heat exchange.
Huh? What is that?
Wait, I'll explain. At the top of a penguin's feet, the arteries and veins wrap around each other. Now, when warm blood flows through the arteries to the feet, much of the heat from the warm blood gets transferred to the cold blood in veins, which is carrying blood away from the feet. In this way, penguins don't lose heat from their feet to the ground. Also, the blood which reaches the feet is just warm enough to keep their feet above freezing point, helping the penguin to not get frostbite. Why don't penguins...
Right. So we know that from the video that penguins have blood moves in blood vessels. طيب ايه اللي بيحصل بعد كده؟ عندهم warm blood vessels weave or wall around the cold blood vessels. Warm weave ملفوفة around each other. The blood vessels bring cold blood up from the feet. Other blood vessels bring warm blood down to the feet from the body. So this means that blood going up in the body is warm enough to keep the feet from freezing. When they meet, the warm blood vessels heated up the cold blood vessels. So the heat transferred to the penguin's feet. وعرفنا كده إن ال transferring of heat بيكون بيحصل من ال hot one to cold one, not the opposite. طيب تعالي بقى يا فيروزة ناخد الحاجة الجديدة اللي هناخدها النهاردة. Is there any question till now?
Okay.
Right. Okay, now we are gonna start very interesting example of an adaptation called camouflage. Camouflage. Some animals hide from their predators. البريديتورز اللي هم الانيمالز that kill and eating other animals. Or some animals hide from their preys. Preys اللي هم killed by other animals for food. طيب بيعملوا hide ازاي؟ بيعملوا hide by blending. Blending اللي هو mixing to the environment. Let's see some animals that do camouflage. الأول عايزين يبقى blending into the environment through use the colors or patterns. وعرفنا إن الcamouflage الimportance بتاعته to help protect the animals from its predators or helps the animals to hide to catch its prey. Right. So, what's the meaning of camouflage? It's an example of adaptation in which some animals hide from predators or prey by blending. Blending, mixing means mixing, mix with surrounding environment. Right. Some of them live in forest, which is rainy and warm. But like what? First one, this is the shape of forest, ده شكل الفورست, warm and rainy. Like what? First one is a brown bear or dark bear. It has a habitat بتاعته, we said that it lives in forest. So, adaptation, it have dark. If we look in the picture هنلاقي إن لونه متجانس قوي مع الألوان المحيطة بيه. So it has dark fur. طب why؟ ليه عنده dark fur؟ To stay hidden متخفي between trees as they hunt. Okay, this also the shape أو شكل ال dark fur وده this brown hair. طيب others live in desert. والديزرت احنا قلنا it's very hot at day and very cold at night. Okay, Miss, could you please give us some examples of animals that do camouflage in desert? تعالي نشوفهم كده. ده شكل الديزرت. أول واحد, first one is called caracal. Caracal, it has sandy color. This like the color of the sand اللي هو الcolor بتاع السand in the desert. But its habitat, we know that it lives in desert. But الadaptation بتاعه, it has sandy color. نفس الcolor بتاع السand بالظبط. But why? To hide and blend in desert landscapes. عشان يقدر يكون متخفي فيها. ده شكل الكراكل. Next one is fennec
This is the
fox.
phoenix fox.
Yes, fennec fox. Its habitat, it lives in
So
desert.
can I say what the phoenix fox says? Things,
Yes, you can.
habitat, and all of this. First, the habitat. It lives in the so big deserts, and the
Okay.
adaptation.
يرحمكم
And its adaptation is that it has this sandy fur that helps it to hide in the desert to because the predators can't see it.
Excellent, Fairuza, perfect. I'm so proud of you. برافو عليكي. يبقى الهابيتات. Okay, يبقى الهابيتات الديزرت. طيب الادابتيشن it also had sandy or tan-colored fur to hide and blend with desert landscapes. Right. Number 3 we have lizards. Right. الليزرز بتاعتنا بتكون its habitat الديزرت يعني بس عشان البيكتشر بتاعتها تبان وamong white colorful rocks بتبقى rocks ملونة كتير أوي فيها ألوان كتير. طب يا ترى بقى الادابتيشن بتاعتها بتبقى ايه؟ have also colorful scales the same color of colorful rocks. عندها القشور بتاعتها
I have a
السكيل.
question about this.
Yes. Yes.
Is it big or small?
Depend in its age. يعني على حسب الايج بتاعها. ممكن أول ما تبقى صغننة خالص بتكون small. بعد كده مع الوقت بتبدأ تكبر بس مش بيبقى حجمها ضخم قوي like الكروكودايل مثلا. أهو ده حجمها
صراحة
الطبيعي يعني.
wow, it's big.
Yes, but it's not like crocodile, for example. No, it's smaller than it.
Does it eat meat?
Eh? What did you say?
Does it eat meat?
It's very big.
Wow.
طيب تعالي نكمل. يبقى احنا قلنا عندها colorful scales والسكيلز ديت اللي هي القشور اللي عليها فوق كده اللي هما like that to make them hard to see between rocks عشان يبقى شكلها او لونها متجانس قوي مع الروكس اللي هي واقفة عليها بالتالي ايه محدش يقدر يشوفها. بعد كده بقى عندنا types of adaptation. After knowing what is adaptation and discuss some examples of it, now it's time to know the types of adaptation. But we have two types. First one is structural or physical adaptation. Second is behavioral adaptation. But first one, structural adaptation. بالاسمه كده structure. So it changes inside the body animals. يبقى the animal's body يبقى هو متخصص قوي في الحاجات التغيرات changes اللي بتحصل inside the body of animal. So it change in the structure of the animal's body to adapt its environment. For example, if like someone is always works with fire. لو مثلا عامل شغال طول الوقت مع الفاير. After short time he had not feel hot when he is inside beside it. مش هيحس بعد فترة من الزمن ان هو ان النار ديت لما يقرب منها هيحس ان الجو hot. لا مش هيحس ان في حاجة اصلا هيحس انه عادي. Why? Because he adapt with the fire. So structure adaptation is a change in the structure of animals body. Like what? عايزين examples كده. Like blood vessels in the penguin's pet. طيب وإيه كمان؟ Like the thick fur of polar bear. طيب if it's little fur it would dive out of cold طبعا عشان كده عنده white fur. طيب the second one is behavioral adaptation. طيب احنا كنا قلنا في الستراكشر ان التشينج بيكون inside the body. في البيهيفيرال بقى the body is the same. البادي هو مش بيحصل له اي حاجه خالص. but if it change it's a way of life. It's acts or it's behavior. So how we can define behavioral adaptation? It's a change in the behaviors or acts of a group or animals to adapt to its environment. Like examples, a desert lizard that looks for shade during hot sunny days. هي يا فيروز لو الليزرد دي تفتكر ان هي ما عندهاش العقل وما عندهاش سرعة النباهة كده ان هي تدور على شيد وهي في الديزرت طول الوقت في السما، تفتكري هيحصل لها ايه؟
ممكن it can die.
بالظبط كده، هيحصل لها ايه؟ it will die، هتموت. اقل حاجة هنقولها ان هي هيجي لها ضربة شمس بالعربي كده بكل سهولة، هيجي لها ضربة شمس وبالتالي هتموت. يبقى هي عندها behavioral adaptation. الbehavioral adaptation ده اللي خلاها ايه؟ ان هي looks for shade during hot sun. طيب second one maturation. المaturation of some animals hybrid بعض الطيور going from one place to another on regular basis. بيسافروا من مكان لمكان بس في مجموعات منتظمة to find suitable places. بس كده يا فيروزة، احنا كده خلصنا النهاردة. Did you find it well؟ استفدتي ولا لأ؟
It is so easy and good.
اوكي طيب كويس قوي. see you next time ان شاء الله يا فيروزة. وهحط بقى النهارده PDF اللي احنا اخدناه كده على المنصة و تو مثلا تو تشوز مثلا للهوم ورك بس عايزين
بصي يا ميسا، أنا لسه صراحة ما اشتركتش.
او طيب يعني قصدك مش هتعرفي تحلي الهوم ورك عليها؟
أصلا أنا لسه أنا ما اشتركتش، ما عنديش المنصة، يبقى مش هعرف أعمل الهوم ورك.
طيب خلاص المرة الجاية إن شاء الله يعني حاولي بس تشتركي في أسرع وقت لو تمام معاكي عشان تبقي متابعة معايا الهوم ورك ومتابعة PDF اللي برفعه
صراحة
والكتب
هو
كمان.
هي المدرسة ديت صراحة عجباني،
أو طيب كويس، دي حاجة حلوة أوي.
إذا إن شاء الله ممكن أدرس فيها.
خلاص إن شاء الله. طيب see you next time إن شاء الله يا فارزة.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye. Bye.